In terms of preparation for this event, all the fitness work is done at home for both horse and rider. But when it comes to knowing the course, the horses don't get a chance to practice over it, so the rider needs to know it inside out. Every fence, every contour, every ditch, every divot. And let's get the lowdown from some of the leading contenders here on the most difficult obstacles.
This is the leaf pit, this is fence 4. So it's very early on in the course and the big question that early on. And as you can see, it's a very wide fence. After you've jumped that massive wide fence, you come to this big drop where they're basically jumping off into nowhere. So you need a lot of trust between you and the horse to let you guide them off the edge of this cliff. It's a big drop and a long run down. Gather your reins up, and after 2 big jumps, you then have to keep them straight for this very skinny little fence at the bottom. And a lot of horses will want to run on past and get going. So it's very technical after 2 big fences at the top.
Here we are, 10, 11 and 12, the trout hatchery, which is the first water jump on the course. 10A is a brush with a big drop on it. The brush is not very high, but the drop is quite a long way down into the water. And it's under a tree, so it's a little in the dark, which horses find difficult to judge. I want to land, aiming for the Land Rover banner, the left-hand end of it. I want 3 nice balanced strides. Okay, we're jumped up the bank. We take 1 nice clean forward stride to the brush at 11. We're over the brush. We then have to think very quickly as we do a sharp right-hand turn through some water, up a gentle slope to fence 12, which is straightforward roll top, but has to be jumped.
We're here at fence 20, which is on the Winners Avenue, and as you can see, if we could jump the jump straight on, that'd be quite simple, but we can't. You've come off of a very long gallop to this line here, straight down the middle, and because it's off of a long gallop, you'll want to pick your horse's head up, refresh their mouth a bit, and then keep coming so that you have a nice, powerful jump in, and then press them for the 1 stride in here. Land right back onto the fence to carry on. It's a very technical question, but shouldn't take a lot of time if ridden correctly.
I'm right at the 6-minute mark after there's been a lot of jumping prior to getting to here as I come to fence 17A, the Land Rover Dairy Mound. It's important not to come too tight to this, that you get straight to it, because as you can see, this is a reasonably wide fence. Although not so tall, it is wide, and so you need good speed to make the spread. Then on landing, you have to turn right to the B element, and the B element is 4 strides away. And so you need to hold your horse in a really nice balance and get to a good takeoff spot just in front of this bush. As you can see, this fence is not a small fence either, with quite a big drop to the landing, and then you have to be really careful on landing because you turn left, and with the ground sloping away, that you don't have a silly fall on the turn.
Well, that's the thinking and the walking over and done with. Now it's time for action, and they'll be flying over this big thing.